Because
Excellent.
sometimes
Now
it
let me
just doesn't, thanks YouTube.
Always a challenge.
frantically copy and paste notes into my dream journal.
Yes, we live? Hello? Yes, we are on the internet. Here goes.
Can I see your perspective if I go on YouTube?
Probably. Welcome to Destination Divergence episode something, I don't know, I've lost count. Anyways.
34.
It's big number out of 10. Last time, lore dump happened. Lots of lore, all the lore. Specifically, Aseo brought you to some kind of floating island over passage that was far above the clouds and hidden from view, you assume. And he led you into some sort of massive observatory with a large orrery and lots of books lining the walls. After a brief explanation of what everything was, this is a place dedicated to the study of the Draconic Prophecy, your visit was interrupted by none other than the Traveler himself, stopping time momentarily to bless you all in some way, suggesting that perhaps you'd be better at interpreting the prophecy than Aseo believed you would. And indeed, several members of your party were able to decipher various parts of the prophecy, in small chunks here and there, some more successful than others. Faye was the first to figure something out, talking about very ancient history and sort of just thousands, tens of millennia ago. And so you all decided to continue reading these books into the night, but not before Aseo made a proposition to you. To work... Yes, hi, Kat. To work with him in collecting more fragments of the prophecy from other such observatories around the world and attempting to stop Baal Shalor from escaping from his prison, the demon overlord, who is trying to exert his presence over the world once again. I will go take care of my cat while you guys do something.
I knew I heard a cat, I got excited.
He's got needs.
Yeah,
Oh.
she repeatedly
He's a cute
meow
cat.
until she gets what she wants. She's a stubborn cat. So,
Let her speak.
anyways, where were we? Yes.
Something
You-
Baushalor.
Most of you
Yeah.
rested that evening. Leroy did not. He stayed up and read more books, although the process of attempting to decipher the Draconic Prophecy is extremely mentally taxing and leaves you with levels of exhaustion, typically, depending on how you roll. So Leroy had to take a few breaks during the evening and only got through a bit of extra information compared to everyone else, despite having almost a full extra day's worth of time. Additionally, the Traveler's Blessing is a new mechanic we'll be using as a replacement for the Inspiration, which I went over in a bit of detail last time, but to reiterate, there are 3 fate points that the party shares. Every time you use one, I get a fate point, and every time I use one, you guys get a fate point back, so it's a shared pool of 3 that goes back and forth. And those let you re-roll a roll after you've rolled it. So if there's a epic important moment that you really want to make sure goes your way, you can burn a fate point on it, but just be aware that it'll make some monster in the future probably slightly more deadly in return. And so I have distributed some lore amongst all of you based on what you're able to find in the books, and you all awake the next morning having camped on the floating island. So, what do you all do?
Turn down the bot. Dang.
Yeah, the song is getting loud. I keep on turning it down too.
Just as a refresher, do we have an easy way on and off the island? It's just the teleport circle with Aseo, right?
You do not, yeah. Until one of you learns a spell that can get you here, you'll just need to request... I mean, obviously it would be polite of you to request access even when you do get that spell, but yes, you currently need Aseo's assistance in getting here.
Well, everybody It seems there's some degree of urgency with our current task, but do we want to stay up here doing research for very long, or head back down to Passage to tie up some of our loose ends there?
I don't think we should spend too much time up here.
If we decide what we're doing about Larendar, they're going to be watching us.
Yeah, there was the massacre option, but I'm not particularly fond of that.
Me neither, but stopping the blood. I mean, what's one more drop instead of an entire ocean? Or, in this case, 8 more drops.
Well, it's certainly a calculus.
Just like apparently all of reality is with this prophecy.
Do we see value in taking time to learn more from these books?
I think
I think we trust the dragon to pick out the information.
yeah, he's probably more well equipped at the moment to dig out any useful nuggets of information. I'm sure we can, in time, find something, but this gave me a headache, and I only have gears. That's not true.
What was the name of that demon that we're concerned with again?
Baushalor.
That doesn't happen to sound like a Kiori name, does it? Or
No, and he was described to as an overlord, which
Alright,
is
yeah, Kiori don't
a
really
different
overlord.
specific thing.
alright, it just sounds.
They're
Seems
like allies to Rakshasa, etc.
Yeah. Okay.
The rulers of
Well,
fiends and
that's a
demons.
big heck.
Yeah.
Okay. I only ask because it seems after a 40,000 year absence from the dragon prophecy, Dalcor is going to be coming back soon. Dalcor?
Dalcor? Dalkir?
Dalkir?
Are you
Dalcor?
talking about the
Plane of
denizens
Dreams.
the Realm of Madness?
No, the Realm of Dreams.
Oh.
Realm of Madness is Zoriat.
Oh, you're talking about
Yes, but
something.
the
Hold on.
denizens
You
of the
said
Dalkir.
Delcure.
Dalcor.
Yeah,
yeah,
You
Quor.
said Delcor is trying to come back. That's what you just said.
Yeah.
So you're talking about something completely different from
Yes.
Demon Overlord, man.
Yes.
Oh.
That's more relevant to me personally.
Well, yeah, whatever. Back to the demon.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
But,
So wait,
so
are you
what is this Dalcor?
informing us that you received information from your reading that this is happening right now?
Sometime in the near future, but
So we've
I
got.
am personally concerned.
So we need to make a list. We've got Demon Overlord. We've got Realm of Dreams. That honestly doesn't sound that bad. I'm less afraid of the Realm of Dreams.
Okay, but its medicines all feed on our negative emotions for the most part. Its rulers too. It's why the Kalashtar were even born about a millennia ago. The Kiori that became the Kalashtar escaped and allied with humans.
Well, I don't even want my negative emotions. They can have them.
I mean, they torment you
I'm
into.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, you know how those work.
Not for
All
the
right,
fear
so
of death.
let's add that to the list. Dream eaters. We'll just call them dream eaters.
Sure, or Curie.
Dream eaters.
How to piss off a Kalashtar 101.
Your ancestors, whatever they're called.
Yeah,
They mess with
exactly.
dreams if they name that. Alright, so Valor, Quarry, is that with one R?
Yeah, it is 1R.
Thank you.
I might be saying it wrong, but I like Kiori. It sounds better than.
Yeah,
Sense.
Kiori sounds good to me. I like that. Eberron is funny in that they intentionally did not include a pronunciation guide so that we can say whatever the fuck we want.
Good.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Nice.
Also, while listening to the episode, totally did not realize that it was Traveler that stopped time.
Oh my god.
That part I just missed.
Do we
That
want
was a traveler.
to talk to the dragon about the Land of Dreams thing? The Curie thing? He
It's-
didn't seem concerned about it? That's just why I'm bringing it up. Like, he
It
didn't
was not
mention it.
his concern. It was just my curiosity.
Well, it probably should be his concern, right?
Perhaps.
Okay, so he's probably concerned about it.
I mean, Dalcor was sealed away because the Curie were flooding into Eberron and trying to destroy it. So I feel like it coming back is always a bad thing.
I don't
Unless
see a problem
more
with-
rebels come through, but like my ancestors, but don't know.
Interesting.
Because Dalcor is ruled by the evil Curie. With
Uh-huh.
and all the light and the good ones all fled. Like there were like only 60 something that made it to
Oh.
Eberron.
Oh, like a very small amount.
Yes. I think it was like,
I'm just processing. This is good information.
yeah, because Dalcor is filled with demons.
What exactly did the prophecy you read say? Was it like
I couldn't discern too much, but it just said there was Dalcor 40,000 years ago, a complete gap where I know it was somehow sealed away because that was taught to me.
Yep.
At the monastery.
and then it either shows up again or it doesn't?
Yeah, it doesn't even show up, at least in this fragment, when my ancestors came through about 1.5 thousand years ago. But it is showing up again in the relatively near future. So we should just probably be on the lookout.
Okay. On the lookout, not immediately concerned. If we see more evidence, we'll be concerned.
Yes.
For now, demon invasion.
Yes, since that seems to be more pressing. At least to the dragon. I assume the Kiori would be equally as concerning.
You assume.
Yes.
Less pressing, though. I
don't know the
I've also-
timetable this is working on.
Well, technically the Demon King's on a century-long timetable, but I have a sense that it'll be sooner.
Let's see, what did that say exactly? Just said soon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you had a hard time even pinpointing dates on a lot of the references you were picking up because it was just too complicated, too dense information. But
Okay.
yeah, by your rough sense of timescale reading through the prophecies, it seemed like sometime soon, like near future, as in I don't know, maybe this year, maybe a decade. Like when we're talking
Yeah.
about a scale of like prophecies that date, tens of millennia, near future is a pretty wide scale still.
Yeah, it's probably
So,
somewhere
honestly-
on this. It's probably on the same time scale as this other demon.
On
same
that
time
scale,
scale as demons, yeah.
on that time scale, right now is a pretty broad
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, so I guess it is a right now thing.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
solid not my problem.
I mean, it's going to be the world's problem.
Goliath do not live that
Here
long.
it is.
Yeah. Nobody knows how long we live.
Okay, Boomer.
I'm not old yet.
No, it's just the mentality of
Wow,
that. It's
not
your
my
problem
problem.
to
I'll be dead
fix.
by then.
Exactly. Thank you.
Not wrong.
Hyperinflation? Never heard of it. Anyway, politics aside.
So I guess I would like to bring that to Asayo and see if he has any more information about it
Sure.
that he would be willing to share.
I've got something there to check up on too. Shall we go? Does anybody else have something to bring to him?
He's still here,
No.
right?
I mean, you guys are camped outside somewhere. You can go looking for him.
If this land of dreams, realm of dreams thing becomes a problem, I might have a solution. Otherwise,
Good idea.
And pray tell, what is that?
not sure.
And just to be clear, your preference if we were to run into one of these quarry would be
Kill it on sight?
for diplomacy
Oh.
or something in the middle.
I would like to believe that more Kiori could be redeemed like my ancestors, but if they're going to be hostile, do not put their life above yours.
I wouldn't dream of it.
I
You
see.
didn't have
what
to
you
tell
did.
us that, Drost. Okay, so do not engage first, but also pull no punches. Noted.
Right. The Kiori also have vessels. You probably won't see very many actual Kiori. You will meet that we might meet their vessels. The shit, are they enlightened?
Inspired.
Inspired. Close. The inspired. They see, after my ancestors escaped Valkaor, the other, welcome to fucking Lord of 2.0. The other Kiori left decided to pursue them, and also try to get back to Eberron. And to that end, they managed to ensnare the minds of certain humans and then breed them into vessels that they can easily inhabit, even though their bodies still reside in Valkor or Dalkor. Valkor is not. This is not Destiny.
I keep hearing it, man.
I keep thinking it.
Whether we wanted it or not.
Indeed.
We are at war with Cabal. Shit.
Indeed.
Anyway. There's an organization named the Dreaming Dark, made mostly of these inspired, who seek to return the demons of Dalkor to Eberron.
Because the dreaming dark doesn't sound creepy at all.
Nope.
Yikes.
Are you
Okay.
a member of this
Why do you
organization?
think I attempt to walk the path of light in opposition?
Ah.
I didn't know you attempted to walk such a path. I thought you walked in zigzags because you were drunk.
Sometimes the consciousness needs alleviating. Well, it's at least why I'm not entirely okay with all the murder we do. But the world is a violent place, especially here in Eberron, it feels like. Or, what's this continent again?
Corvair.
Thank you. I just had to zoom out.
So, these Dreaming Dark, they're attempting to return the quarry to the Delcor?
No, they are currently locked in Delcor.
Oh.
Somehow. I don't know the means. But they are currently sealed away. And apparently very effectively to completely remove them from the Dragon Prophecy for 40,000 years.
Is that D-A-L or D-E-L?
DAL.
Yeah, I put it in
in
the
the-
chat. Should be able to. Can you not see that I typed there, or is that
Oh,
I see it.
I haven't had the tabletop open for a while. What's up?
that picture? It's DALQUR.
Dope. 2 words, too.
Yeah.
It does sound like Delker, though. You're right. So isn't that great?
I keep wanting to say Valcor.
Tell it to SAO.
It's so bad.
It's good, yeah. Guts. Spread out on lock and Valcor. What the hell?
And cool. I think Google might have tried to autocorrect that, and I was like, nah, I know what I'm about.
Although I guess
So-
if we call them Kiori, then it should be Delkior too. Technically.
What did everyone else learn? Sorry.
Shall we go around the room? Actually, remember what the room order is in. Milos, what did you learn? Milos having a microphone?
George?
Hello?
Alright, he's dead.
Alright.
What happened? I just got back from refilling my water. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh.
We're taking turns dropping the lore dump
Oh, sweet, lore.
as much as you want to.
So I found out something about a potential future. It involves party, like everyone here, and it describes walking through an extremely dense forest.
Don't we live in a dense forest? Are you talking denser?
No, like super dense, like
Mega dense.
no sun through the treetops dense,
Oh, okay.
glowy plants dense, that kind of dense.
Ooh. It's my favorite
Is
kind of
this
dance.
familiar to any of us? This is
Anyone who
Griffin.
wants to could roll just a general intelligence check.
Heck,
Well, I love
I hate
rolling.
intelligence.
I know nothing about this forest.
Nope.
12.
How did mine not go?
11.
That gave me a 6 total. Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, nobody here has heard of this place itself. There's a few dense forests here on Corvair, but none of them that you've heard are quite so dense that the sunlight doesn't penetrate, and that phosphorescent plants are needed just to see. So it sounds unfamiliar to all of you.
Writing in my notes, Leroy doesn't know what the Feywild looks like.
Lol.
It's important to remember what you don't know.
Oh, this guy. Imagine taking notes.
What else am I gonna do? Say words?
I just made to pull up my notes.
Yeah.
That's some peer pressure right there.
Yep.
Well, I gotta write down all the stuff that I read from the Dragon book.
Dragon book.
Yeah.
Alright, at this point, Karak will chime in as well. I'm not going to attempt to roleplay him, but I just messaged him real quick to make sure he was okay with sharing the information he got. So, in just a raw information dump, Karak also was able to read the future slightly. But rather than seeing the party traveling through a dense forest, he witnessed the party struggling against the wind with their feet, slipping on ground made entirely of ash, with the air so hot it was borderline flame.
And intelligence check to see if I recognize that.
You may.
Yeet.
Alright, let's try this again.
Better.
Round 2 intelligence.
This is just rolling for DM. I'd like to metagame.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I won't be.
Well,
Milos with the 23.
I assume we would know that there's a elemental plane of fire.
That's what the check's
Yeah, we
for.
won't necessarily know what that looks like.
Yeah. Don't know how much you would know about it.
Elemental plane of fire? What?
Because that could be hell, too.
Yeah, there's a few
That's-
different... or it could just be the inside of
True.
a volcano, or,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
Or
a
just
place
a
called
really
the
bad
Ash
day.
I mean,
on
in
this now.
Dragon Prophecy, a lot of it concerns other planes of existence.
There is a
So
lake of fire on the map right now.
Nakareth and Milos
true.
do recognize this. Specifically, especially Milos, and to a degree, Karak would probably recognize this as well, just from the work you guys have done together. You recognize, hey, both Milos and Nakareth and Karak all would recognize it, yes. Though Karak isn't here, but either way. You remember when you were trying to create your bag of holding formula, and there was a bit of a mishap with your research, and you accidentally opened a manifest zone to the plane of fire, Fernia, and it created all those lights around your base and all that.
Alright,
And
do that.
from your brief flash of the plane of fire as you opened that door, it looks exactly like that, or it sounds exactly like that.
Okay, elemental plane of fire.
So, a possible future is that you go there at some point.
oof, I'd rather not.
Do y'all share that information with Mr. Crit Fail?
Yes. Yes, we would share that. I just don't like repeating what the DM just said.
Okay.
Who said that they saw the Dead's Forest?
That
was
would be
Milos. Alright, so dense forest, plane of fire.
All right. Well, I guess I can say something about what I've read in the last day. I didn't get so much information about the futures, but I was able to find more about the Delkir,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and I found a lot of references to Coriat. Was it Coriat or Joriat?
Zoriat with an X.
Joriat.
Do you guys see me typing the chat by the way, or do I have it set to private?
no, we
No,
can
we're
see it.
seeing it.
Okay, cool. Just double checking. Thanks.
there was just a little bit too much for me to totally process. And last night I was able to find a little bit of historical information about. Well, have I mentioned the source of my power? And no, I haven't.
Not around me.
Okay. Well, as many of you are sure aware, the Warforged were set free after the end of the war, and my particular fighting unit, my name L3, that's 3rd Legion, was mostly dedicated to the less, say, scrupulous aspects of waging war. And there was a presence which coordinated that between all of us.
Oh.
The operating node for the 3rd Legion, called Leon, the way you guys would say it. And at the end of the war, instead of instead of setting him free, Leon was meant to be dismantled, and sort of out of desperation to preserve that connection, it was split between the many consciousnesses of the Warforged, and has been contacting me recently to work on this reconstruction. That's what I asked Aseo about yesterday, actually, and well, that's what lets me do what I do. So it is certainly within my interest to promote the spirit of my people, if you will. That's what my reading's been about.
Alright, very interesting.
Strange. That feels similar to the way my people operate. Well, at least being connected by a central consciousness.
Cool. And part of me is inclined to believe that the creators, whoever it was, I'm sure I'd know who actually was in charge of the wars. But whoever that is, I have a sense that they were somewhat afraid of the Warforged becoming too independent or autonomous.
No. What was Dalkir again?
Dalkir is a group of beings, a resident of the Plane of Madness. That's Joriot.
Okay.
And they have been causing a number of problems. They warp the flesh of beings of this world and create soldiers out of them for their armies. Seem only to want to wreak havoc and destroy with aberrations across Corvair. Like the quarry, they've been sealed away for thousands of years. Kyber, but there are some who worship them and seek their return. Who's next? Who's next? Looks like
Faye's got nothing.
Faye's like, can I pass?
I was sleeping.
Fair.
That's canonical. I'm not fucking around. You're exhausted from the last book.
Yeah, you guys already heard Faye's book essentially from the day previous.
I'm not gonna lie, I forget half of it. At least half of it. I'm probably just gonna have to watch the episode again.
Get that view count up. Your retention. And Drost, what have you been finding out?
Yes. Mine was also about this Dalcor. Apparently, back 40,000 years ago, when they were invading, the giants were ruling, and the weapon that the giants and elves made to seal them away is located in Zendrek.
Oh wait, I knew there was a war with the giants. Forgot about that.
Yes, 1,000-year war.
Oh dear.
As you
Elves?
said, it must have been a very powerful solution.
Mm-hmm. I just want to pause and take a second and laugh at how ridiculous that this party makeup just happens to fall into Kiori bullshit so perfectly. But no, did you say elves also helps forge the so a weapon seals Dalcor? Okay.
Yes, the elves used to serve the giants. They were slaves, just like the Goliath.
Ah,
Specifically, the Drow are from Zendrick. Just as a little side note.
oh.
I'm sure people would know that, but Josh
But
doesn't
Dross
bother
just
to
because
make the distinction.
Just a
Yeah.
DM side note, that's all. I'm sure Karik might chime in with that being part elf.
Yeah, that's it. There is
Alright.
an anti-Dalcor super weapon somewhere in the giant homeland, possibly.
Well, if we can ever get our hands on it, that would be wonderful. Should they escape? I mean,
Should they escape? Should we see signs, we shall take a trip to Zendrek. I'd like to go anyways sometime.
why to kill every giant there, or
But that's later.
is Zendrek?
Alright.
That's a map.
So,
So this
shall
is a
we
map
go talk
of
to Arceo?
this is a map of Corvair, just one of the continents of Ebron. Zendrick is an entire other continent.
Okay. Jesus.
Oh yeah, if people are looking for Zendrek, it is not on the map.
No.
This
It
is already
is
so many
in-
pixels.
It's an equally as large other continent
Yes.
that has just been deifically nuked.
And does anyone want to roll? I suppose history would work for any knowledge about Zendrick. If anyone wants to.
Could well, I definitely want to roll history.
Dross can with
I suppose-
advantage due to his heritage, I think.
3. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
All right, let's do this.
Aye. Also, could you spell giant homeland?
Yeah, let me double check that real quick.
Dear God,
Whoa.
I rolled 2 4s.
Big oof.
It's so high.
I'm so distracted. I can't even think of my own history that I'm proficient in.
At least Milos knows something.
I hate to see it. Ugh.
Zendrick.
So Milos, you would actually know, specifically as also a follower of the Traveler, that the Traveler cursed Zendrick, as many gods and even dragons kind of put various curse-type magic over Zendrick during the fall of the Giant Empire, as the Giants were trying to essentially rule the world. You know, who hasn't attempted to rule the world at least once in Eberron, though? And the
Warforged.
Traveler's Curse specifically that you would know about, having likely studied at least some knowledge of the Traveler, makes it extremely difficult to get around Eccentric, as maps don't really work there, and so like the terrain kind of shifts in weird ways. That it's very, very hard to navigate somehow.
Boy.
So not only is it very large, it's also nearly impossible to navigate inside.
Well, if we have the traveler's direct attention, perhaps when the time comes, we can ask a boon for a guide through. But until then, we better make ourselves useful.
Alright, then we... What was the plan? We sit tight till the wagon is done?
Yes.
Sure,
And
we should
then-
ask Orseo if he's drawn up anything on our research questions. He knows a lot more than we do.
You
I'm
could
gonna
go
head
follow
off
me.
towards
Okay.
wherever I... Did I see Orseo sleeping last night?
You didn't see him sleeping, but you saw him, around and about the observatory, studying things. There's a couple other buildings around as well. You would have had a chance to explore the island a little bit. Some of them are more study-like, for example, and a couple of them are just like, more dragon-sized living quarters kind of things. But you did happen to see him among a couple of those buildings last night, just going about his business.
Well, I'll head off and start looking for him.
Right. Not particularly hard to track down. This island isn't terribly big, only a few buildings, and so after a few moments of searching, you're able to track him down, and he's currently poring over a couple of the books, comparing a few things back and forth between them, trying to find some links.
What's he pouring over them?
His eyeballs. Yep.
Just have this mental image of like pulling an eye out of your head. Just
Yep.
pour it in.
Fun.
He's pouring his heart and soul over the books. That's the.
Ew.
Can't believe he died.
I know, right?
Alright. Hello.
Oh, yes. Hello. I hope you rested well last night. Anything I could do for you?
Well, we had wanted to check on how you're doing in terms of some of the questions we asked you and in terms of what you suggest we do next.
Yes. Well, for now, I think it's best, as we discussed previously, that you wrap up whatever loose threads you have in passage, which sounds like you have quite the doozy of a loose thread. Not sure we settled on how you were to settle that, but I'll assist you in whatever way I can. In the meantime, I've been furthering my notes on Bashalor and attempting to figure out what I can, though, as I said, I don't think I have complete enough fragments of the prophecy here in order to get a complete picture. But later today, I plan to stop by House Orion and get things rolling on that wagon. Would any of you like to join me on that venture, or just a quick travel back to Passage?
I think we were intending to. Do you have any sense of why so many of these momentous eventuations are coming to pass all around such a similar time in history, or is all of history this turbulent?
Well, us of the Chamber never really have a time to rest, no. I wouldn't say all of history is equally turbulent, but these are certainly turbulent times. I had to hazard a guess. I'd say that the recent war and the events of the end of the war certainly stirred up a lot in the cosmos.
Okay.
You mean the bad thing? I forget what it's called.
The Day of Mourning, yes.
The day of mourning. Yes. Do you know what caused it? You and your books of prophecy.
Unfortunately, I do not. I have some suspicions, but it's not. That is something that puzzles many of us still, unfortunately.
Interesting.
I'm sure somewhere in the prophecy it is listed, or at least the reason for it is listed, or perhaps even the motivation for it, but none of those things are in my knowledge now. But there are, I hold but a small fragment of the prophecy here. There's many other such observatories and libraries scattered throughout the realm, and I'm sure there's even fragments of the prophecy that have yet to be discovered by anyone.
Of course. Well then, let's head back to passage. We'll work on tying up our loose threads.
Succeed.
Good idea.
But before we go, I would ask that you keep any. I found this passage in your books about Dalcor and or Dalkior, and I find them personally disturbing. If you can lend me any insight into what these might say, that would be might pertain to this one in the near future. That would be greatly appreciated.
I see. This is something I can certainly look into next time I am researching. I'll keep that in mind. Is there, and I assume you would lead him to the book that you were reading.
Yes.
Yes.
If I didn't just have it in my hand already.
Right. Yeah. Bookmarked and all that. Yes, I will take a look at this at my next convenience. Certainly. I will say Dalkior is not particularly a specialty of mine, or my research here, but perhaps more will be uncovered as we gather more of the prophecy together, or at least gain access to more libraries. But I can certainly at least figure out what these possibilities of the future say. Keep in mind, they are but branches and possibilities, and many of them may be redundant versions of events with slight differences or completely different paths that the future may take, but depending on how significant these branches are, they may be more likely than others.
I find them concerning because there has been, from what I've read, no mention of Dalkior for the last 40,000 years.
Yes, well,
So whatever has kept it out of the prophecy this long is waning.
yes, well, obviously, far before my time, ancient even by dragon standards. I know.
Only know this because I am Kalashtar. So
this makes sense. The Dalkior wasn't just sealed away or locked away in a matter of sense. It was essentially ejected from the cosmos by a weapon of extreme power by the Giants. So not only is it gone, or, well, it exists, but it's far out of reach, it is not a functioning member of the rotation of the cosmos and the balance of the stars anymore, which is why it is not as much part of the prophecy as far as I'm aware. But obviously, in recent times, it seems it may be slowly crawling back. I don't mean crawling in a negative way, sorry, but
well,
40,000 years ago it was ejected, and now, mere millennia ago, your people showed up, and nothing has traveled physically to or from Dalkior in, well, like I said, 40 millennia. So something must be changing.
yeah, they do have agents called the Inspired to enact their will here. I assume they are scheming to get back.
That would make a lot of sense, yes. And hopefully, as Dalkior grows closer to becoming a functioning part of the cosmos again, we will know more about it. But like I said, perhaps that knowledge is even already in existence in some other parts of the prophecy.
Well, hopefully. All I know is the 60 that escaped a millennia ago escaped because they were being hunted, and they were good ones.
Indeed.
So, I just ask that you keep an eye on it. It worries me.
I will certainly look into it. And hopefully, as we increase our knowledge with more libraries, I'll be able to look into it even further.
Thank you.
Of course. Did any of the others of you have similar questions or concerns?
Not yet.
No, sir.
If you had found anything about Leon, that would be wonderful to know, but I expect much.
As I said, not a matter of great knowledge of mine. Though I am curious. All of you were able to, well, you seem to spend much more time reading the books than I would have expected out of normal mortals, and, well, you're able to read them without going exhausted in the first place. That is a great feat, so I'm very curious what you all discovered as well. Anything of significance or importance that bears mentioning?
I repeat what I said earlier.
Sure. So you have found at least some things about Leon. That's good to know. Perhaps I'll follow the trails that you've picked up and see if I can find anything else more significant with my, well, slightly greater ability to read through these books. Thank you. I will work on it.
I'll mention the glowy dark forest.
Yes, that's quite curious. I'm very surprised that you were able to glimpse the future at all. That reassures me that perhaps I have picked, or stumbled into even, a group of outstanding individuals. Yes, that sounds quite like Delanus, the fairy court, to me.
Well,
Yes. It's a place of, well, I'm sure all of you are at least somewhat familiar with the Fae and their magics. If not, I can go into more detail, but it's a place where nature overruns everything, but the magics are more of the fairies and such. A tricky place to be, where kind of imagination becomes reality, and actually the various overseers of different realms, and well, their moods and their stories and what legends drive them actually shape their realms. You may find certain parts of the forest completely overcome with ice due to the ruler of that section having a cold heart, for example. Quite the place. Never had a chance to visit. But you say you yourselves found yourself there. That is quite curious. Wonder how that will play into things. I will look into that as well. Thank you for that information. Oh, very well. Shall we be going?
sure, yes.
Yeah.
So he kind of walks out to the same place that you arrived at, the teleportation circle that he has permanently etched into this island. Utters a few arcane words and then hops in and disappears from your sight in an instant.
I follow.
Alright. Does anyone not follow? Okay. You arrive back in the cave where you were previously. Where he had set up a teleportation circle to get you to the island in the first place. Well, I've already called for some house agents to arrive to pick us up. And they should be here with the caravan shortly. Let us wait outside. And you do, and a few minutes pass, and you can see that he's already called for the guards quite a bit ago, because it's a few hours' drive from Passage, but they arrive momentarily nonetheless. And you all make the trip back into Passage just as you arrived, just as you left previously.
Just out of curiosity, why did you move us in here instead of the hall of House Orion?
Well, I'm sure we were all seen leaving Passage together by caravan. I know it certainly makes sense if we were to arrive the same way.
That makes sense. Okay.
I certainly could have teleported us directly to House Orion, but I feel that perhaps would have been even more suspicious, considering my arcane talents aren't widely known.
Ah, sandbagging, nice.
Essentially, yes. And so you arrive back to Passage in great style with the extremely fancy carriages carrying you in. Would you like to be dropped off at House Orion or at the inn?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Can we stay at House Orion? Just a thought.
Oh, yeah, they might let us do that.
Oh, we could certainly try to find a place for you, yes. We do have living quarters,
Also-
though they are not the fanciest.
At this point, I think we're sort of the equivalent of like the people walking around at 10 in the morning in Vegas wearing tuxes. So I never went to bed.
I mean, this is the day. I mean, the day you left, or I mean, I guess you are in a fancy carriage, if that's what you mean. But yes, yeah.
Well, but we're still.
You could
Here,
be in
did
your
you
fancy
give us
clothes
a-
still, but it was.
No,
it
I
was,
forgot he gave us time to change.
Yeah, it was the next day after the fancy meeting that you guys traveled out to the cave and such. So I would have assumed you would have equipped your battle clothes and equipment and such instead.
Yes, or in other words, stripped down.
Yes.
I don't actually know what Leroy normally
Nicar-
wears.
Nakarth might actually just keep walking around in the fancy robes.
You probably could,
They're
yeah.
comfy. They're real comfy.
As a monk, it would make sense.
So yeah, I am going to wear fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Good
Sorry, I just had a thought. The drama queen in me is like, yes, be dramatic, wear the fancy clothes everywhere. The other part of me that's actually playing Nakarath is like, wait, no, we don't show ourselves. That's bad.
Internal
True.
conflict.
Yeah, ostentation would probably be.
No, never mind. Nakarath would do his normal shit.
Alright. Fair enough. To be fair, his normal shit
We're all
is
having
probably
that.
still flowy robes of some kind, just maybe not as fancy.
Yeah, definitely not as much wealth.
Yes. Okay.
Flowy, uncombed cotton robes.
Well, very well. If you would like to live in House Orion for the time being, that could be arranged. Would you like to swing by and pick up your things from where you were staying previously, or do you travel light?
We should probably start.
Get our things.
I think we have some things there.
All right. Very well.
We've
Crate
picked
of
up a number of
things.
research projects.
Don't ask me about my things.
Do not ask Felicia about their things.
Very well.
Okay, so
I did it once. It was a bad idea.
You'll never recover.
Nope. Scarred 2 minds.
You get dropped off at the inn, and Aseo ensures you. I have business to attend to at House Orion, so I'll be going now, but I will send another caravan to pick you up shortly. I'll send 3 this time, since I'm sure you'll need some space for your things as well. I guess...
I don't think we have that many things, but...
Caravan would be nice.
Well, either way, I will see you in a bit. And he takes off in his carriage. As you walk in, Taps, if a Warforged eyes could go wide, Taps do, as he looks at you, and despite there being customers in the bar, he looks back and forth between you, Leroy, and Nakareth, like, somebody let me talk, please. one of you.
I will connect to him. Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, we both connect.
So you aren't all dead then? You left to fight a man and didn't contact me, and then were gone for a day. This is good news. I am surprised. This is good. Oh, yes.
It was a friendly bout.
Good. I will.
No one died.
You can excuse me for being worried,
Well-
though. Oh, very relieved to see you.
Yes. Yes.
Anything eventful happen? How did it go? I have many questions.
Yes.
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 Okay.
There was a lot.
Yes.
It was very.
Can I listen for any hint of the static element of Leon that I hear when I get any contact, just in Tap's mind?
Like listening for static along that connection?
Yeah.
Yeah, make me a perception
Trying
check,
to
sure.
find this shard. Perception. Do I monkey balls? No, not. Yes, I do.
At the moment, you don't sense anything, no.
Okay. Yeah, we're learning a lot about ourselves and others.
I see. Well, that's a good thing. Yes.
I'm gonna connect to Felicia really quick and be like, "Hey, so do we want to tell Tap that Asao's the dragon and that we actually we're invited into the library of the Dragon Prophecy?" Because I can only connect to one person at a time, so Tap can't hear that.
Alright, Faye's gonna respond. I'm gonna say, I think we should say that we've gotten access to the Dragon Prophecy. I don't think we necessarily need to reveal the dragon detail. Let's not
Okay.
lose too many cords. At least that's my thought.
Okay, I will trust your judgment. And then swap back to Tap as I take him off a hold.
Do you have hold music going? Like, how does this work?
Hold music with announcements, and then he's going to interrupt one of the
Yes.
announcements.
Perfect.
Jeopardy theme.
So, there has been progress in our mission. Oh, and out loud, I will say, I will have a tall whiskey, please.
Coming right up, he says out loud. Begins.
Tall, like Starbucks tall, like 12 ounces.
Yes. Just give me the fucking handle. No.
Nice.
Something to nurse all morning while I assume that we're just going to do some research today or something.
Can I get a venti whiskey on the rocks, please?
Venti, why not Trenta?
Just hey, that really big hand, give me it.
Yeah.
Just as close as you can get to 16 ounces of pure alcohol would be great.
So anyway, shit. Train of
We
thought
lost ourselves
derailed.
in the Kareth alcoholism jokes.
Yes, I did.
You were going to tell Tap something, but not everything, I think was the...
Right. Thank you. So we did find... We have access to the Draconic Prophecy now.
Oh! Well, that is surprising, but I'm glad.
At least...
He kind of stops, when you say that, he kind of freezes as he's pouring your whiskey, and it kind of starts to overflow a little bit, then he catches himself. Gets to wipe that up a little bit. Who? Was it actually under House Orient, then?
In a manner of speaking.
Oh, excellent. Well, that's good. I'm glad. That means everything we've done so far has not been in vain.
Quite right.
Well, anything important you found there? And is it safe? Sorry to interrupt.
Safe how?
Well, our whole goal here was to make sure that wherever this prophecy lay, that it didn't fall into the wrong hands. To make sure that it's stayed under either our control or the control of someone we can trust.
I believe it is in good hands.
Good, very good.
At the very least, in hands that it would be very difficult to wrest control from.
I see.
After all, it is an entire library.
He just kind of stops for a second. An entire library of prophecies? That's far more than I would have hoped for. Interesting.
I would not try to send more people to gain access to it.
Very well, I trust your judgment. If you say it's safe, and well, that's good. Anything interesting you learned from it? Anything that we need to act upon?
There are many concerning things happening within the next century.
I see. I see. Well, if
That's a roadmap of 2020.
you need the help
Gonna
of
be a bad one.
if you need the help of my networks or the rest of our people, then you always know who to contact.
Thank you.
I assume that as you are the members that not only the Traveler chose for this journey, and also the ones that the Traveler blessed enough to overcome the journey, that, well, I assume your journey isn't over. So, you'll always have our assistance.
Thank you. We will speak more when all of us can contribute to this conversation.
Of course.
Although, we will be probably moving into House Orion for the time being.
Yes, I see. Well, if you ever do need another place to stay, this is here, but that does make sense. Probably better to keep up appearances that way. Although
Yes,
we'll make...
especially with House Larendar watching us like crows.
Crows, you say?
Oh, yes, there have been crows following us.
Ah,
I thought it was ravens.
Oh,
It's a raven, yeah.
thing.
I
Blackbirds.
may be mixing that up too, as the DM, so who knows? One of those.
It's
No,
probably me. Small black bird. Well, raven's not that small.
Well,
Neither are crows.
It would be a raven, yes. A raven, not a crow. Just to double check. I just looked up.
Crow.
I had to look up
according
the
to the
spell
lore,
and
it
stuff.
would be a raven, so it's a crow.
Yes.
I'm glad we
According
got
to
that.
D&D mechanics, it's a raven.
It is a very, very important difference, whether it is a crow or a raven.
Yes. This is
They
the
have
deepest lore.
slightly different omens, symbology, if you will.
Deep lore.
Anyways. Yes, a crow, a raven following you.
See, I get things almost right to the point where it fucks everyone else
I
up.
feel like I've probably called it a crow a few times too. I wouldn't blame yourself too hard. That's something I mix up all the time too. Anyways.
He gave you an out, man.
All I have to say is Valcor.
Yes, that is very concerning, and yes, I agree. If there's any place that's at least more safe from House Lorendar's eyes, it would be House Orion.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh wait, no, this is, never mind, telepathic. I'm not here.
Oh, actually, if you have any contact... Oh, shit, where were we heading next?
Stormhome.
Orion. Oh,
Stormhome?
longer term.
Stormhome, yes.
Okay. If you know anything about Stormhome, that information would be greatly appreciated.
Stormhome. Is that part of... Well, is that the next step on your journey then?
Yes, I believe so.
I see. Well, very interesting. That may be tricky. Myself, not a full-fledged member of House Orion, but having worked for them and, well, as many of us followers of the Traveler do, House Larendar is a bit of a tough one to get into for us. But I'll see what I can do.
Oh, Stormhome, right. That's the headquarters of Larendar
Indeed.
that we have the beef with.
Right.
Beef.
Yeah.
There are many layers of beef going on at the moment. It's a roast beef sandwich.
I was gonna try to make a
Dipped in a nice
A
old shoe
Reuben
of
joke.
mystery.
Yes, exactly.
Got that Kobe beef.
oh fancy.
There's so much beef. It's an RB
I mean, I
sandwich.
feel like it's Wagyu because we're just making wild
That's
ass
true.
guesses.
And also Stormhome's very rich, so
Yes, it is magically altered to be the best tropical paradise, hottest vacation home area in the continent.
So magical Hawaii.
despite
Good to
being
know.
like massively far north.
Yes, no, it's super far north, and everything else around it is cold, and there's the gray wood and things like that nearby. But no,
Yeah.
it's House Larendar. They control the weather, and they just are so vain that they constantly control the weather to make it a tropical paradise there. So that's Stormhome.
They're ruining the weather system for the rest of the planet, but they're
Probably.
like, it's nice here.
So what you're telling me is that they're weather vane.
Kind of. Yeah, they use I forget what they're called. They have these giant structures they use to control the weather. Jeez,
No, it was a shitty pun.
Yeah.
Oh, weather vane. Oh god, I just got it. Damn it. The best puns are the ones you don't get until they're explained. Thank you.
Watch people die inside.
Yes. I still don't
Sorry,
know what the
I'm
things are
terrible.
called. Now I'm obsessed.
I was sad nobody liked my Kendrick Lamar joke.
The what?
I missed
didn't get it. I missed it, yeah. That is unfortunate. Stormspire. That's what they use to control the weather.
Oh, great. That sounds non-intimidating.
Yeah. I mean, that is actually something all of you would know, just in lore. They're scattered all over Corvair, and farmers pay... that's kind of like the service that House Larendar used to have before they had airships, was pay to have the weather change so that it rains on your crops and things like that.
Shit.
That's why they're an economic powerhouse, is because of that.
That
Damn.
system is ripe for abuse.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I've known about this for all of 10 seconds, and I'm already like, so if they don't pay, we make the weather clear, right?
Oh yeah. No, welcome to Eberron, where the houses control everything because they control the economy and everything.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. The houses are Verizon.
Yes. Eberron is a
Verizon, Comcast.
Eberron is one of those insert punk genre here where it's economic powers that control everything rather than political powers, etc.
Mhm.
So late stage capitalism.
Exactly.
So it's pop punk.
Yeah,
High
steampunk,
fantasy
cyberpunk,
punk.
magic punk, whatever you want to call it. It's a punk setting.
It's all late stage capitalism.
Magic
punk.
Punk the Gathering.
Yes.
Yes.
I like it. Okay.
Anyways,
So we got a few days. We got days to kill.
yes. You don't
Yeah.
know exactly how long it'll take House Orion to complete the wagon, although you'll probably have a better idea once you go to House Orion and talk to them about it. But you imagine
Well,
several days to several weeks of time
Oh, okay.
that you
Well, I have
to.
4 days to finish my Eldritch Claws. I want to do that.
Mhm.
I have
gotta
2
wonder-
goals right now.
We'll say at this point, before we continue that conversation too much, you guys have successfully moved into House Orion. You've set up your quarters. You all have your own rooms now, if you wish, unless you would like to bunk with somebody. The rooms
So-
are not exquisite, but I mean probably slightly nicer than random inn rooms in a train station. But they're mainly meant for kind of the grunts of House Orion, since it's assumed that the super high-ranking officers are rich enough to have their own mansions and such.
Fair.
We're in a barracks right
But
now.
at least it's
but,
clean
hey,
and
free.
it's free and yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Clean and free.
free
what
from
more do you
prying
want?
eyes.
Yeah, that's the important part. We're not going to get, theoretically, not going to get ambushed here.
Yeah, I mean, you guys broke in and then it was warded farther, so it's supposedly pretty well warded at the moment.
We were just feathering our own nests.
D&D. Or you can
It's
beat
fine.
somebody
We'll
up
move
and
into the
then
Eldritch Groves eventually.
just realizing that you nearly killed a man and now you're his boss, basically. Oops.
Wait, that's how capitalism works.
Yeah,
That is.
basically.
That's how it works.
You
I
need
thought
to
it was
go, like,
someone's
order
boss,
food
and
from
you nearly
him.
kill them.
Oh boy.
Sorry, what was that, George?
I thought capitalism was you become someone's boss and then nearly kill them.
I mean, that may be a
it's the
future
other way
step,
around.
yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
I think it's both. You assert dominance by nearly killing them, and then you nearly kill
Continually
them by
working to death.
extracting value.
Yes,
Perfect.
Excellent. Anyways, you've moved in, so conversation about downtime and all that. I'm just gonna roll some dice to see how long it'll take the engineers to finish that. We'll say 20 days of time for the engineers to finish like a first prototype of the wagon. And it will be a rough prototype, but hopefully it'll be functional. So if you guys want to take downtime for that, or you can start spending some of those days to figure out some of the loose threads you've got here in Passage, etc.
What's that you said? 20 days of research?
20 days of downtime, or you can start spending those days for whatever. Yeah, but you know that.
No, I said what I meant.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
If we all work together, we might be
I have
able to
a
get
full
my.
week left on Eldritch Claw. Shit. Oh well.
Do you want that- you want that
our,
headband?
Building resources. I do. I don't have very much money. So I would like to, at some point, go talk to somebody in charge at the town. Is it the garrison?
Sure.
Wherever the government is, the tiny building.
How are we doing
Right.
with party
Yes.
funds?
We do have some party
Oh, we
funds.
have
There is a
lot.
shared document in the journal tab that has party funds. Most of you
31
also have your
total.
own personal funds, but there's some stuff in there.
Oh.
There's a lot of money in the party funds at the moment.
Personal
Oh.
funds equals money I don't tell the party about.
Yes.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
So, if Faye and I could spend a little bit of time going over there, I would love if Faye would come along and be incredibly persuasive.
I'm down for it.
Okay.
So, man,
Party funds.
So just
says
going specifically,
500 to 600.
yeah, going specifically to there. Not instead of like shopping around town, you just going to the specific garrison. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we know they have what we're looking
Sure.
for.
Um,
Yes.
The same receptionist, by chance, greets you as you come in, and recognizes you because of that. Oh yes, hello. Are you here on some kind of business? And of course, welcome to the garrison. You're happy to report that your generous donation from before has gone to great use here in Regal in the city. So thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. We were considering potentially, in exchange for another one of those items that we remember from the armory, perhaps making another donation. Is there somebody that we could talk to in aid of that?
I see. Well, we don't tend to sell to just anyone. It is important equipment for the guard. It was kind of a special reward since we were short on funds previously. However, to heroes of the town and those who have donated so generously before, I think that's probably reasonable. I'll go talk to my superior about that. I'll get right back with you. So she leaves for a few minutes, leaving you alone in the lobby there. And could have only been a few minutes before she comes back. Yes, they say that they're willing to sell it, though it might not be a particularly cheap rate. We're still pretty short on funds, as I'm sure you're aware. So another generous donation would be greatly appreciated, and then we could certainly offer that to you as a gift.
Of course. Might we have this conversation in person?
Well, I suppose so. She'll kind of open the door she went through previously and lead you down a hallway and a few different doors. The hallway is nice and well lit with these eternal torches on the walls and such, and tons of doors going down here. You gather there's a lot of offices here, but she leads you to a specific one, which you enter, and there's a human male sitting there, kind of having his armor started to be put on by a squire. Yes, hello. You're the ones looking to buy the headband, yes?
We are.
Well, I say buy. I'm sorry.
Guy's name?
Policy. This is not the same guy you saw before.
Okay.
Apologies, but policy does not allow us to sell the equipment that we've gathered as part of
language.
that. But well, a donation and a gift. I think we could potentially arrange that. How much were you thinking of offering?
Well, my associate knows more about this type of thing than I do. Perhaps they could do some of the talking.
Indeed, I am more in charge of the finances around here. That's why I'm along. How would you say 500 gold stacks up against what this item means to you and yours?
Make me a persuasion check. With whatever bonuses you want to add to it.
Can I guide this?
I mean, if you want to attempt to cast guidance in his presence, you may.
Yeah, I'll go with helping if I can.
Yeah, I think since you initiated the conversation, sure, I'll give this advantage. That's fine.
That's good, because that roll...
Leroy did assist you.
That was a bad roll.
Are you serious?
It's time to burn our first fate point.
Oh boy.
Oh, we could. We'll give the DM advantage on
You
that.
could.
This is a negotiation.
You could burn it if you want. You still have the option to.
I mean, I guess it's my choice. No,
It is your
I'm
choice.
not
Okay.
I guess it's everyone's choice. I mean,
Oh, Faye is the one who made the roll, but yes, anyone else. I did specify that anyone else can jump in on another person's roll to spend it if they wish,
Oh, okay.
as part of it. Because it's a
I'll
party
defer to you on
resource.
that one.
Okay.
It's about party money anyway.
Well, I was thinking a little bit more than that. More in the order of 1,000. Would you see, if we give it to you at a cheaper price or closer to the base price of it, then it would look like we were just selling it to you. It wouldn't be very. It'd be difficult to convince my superiors that it wasn't a gift to you in return for a generous donation.
If that's to be the case, is there, since we're not trying to make this look like a sale, and truly I understand that, is there any sort of action we could take in addition to a lower sum gift, a donation of maybe around that number of 500? Some action that we could take that might help bring it together for you.
Interesting.
Yes, we have those gloves that is it Milos is using for
Sell him the drugs.
constructive efforts.
Don't
You just pull out
sell the
like
town,
a
the
bag
drugs.
of stuff.
Well,
Wait, no, we have
hey,
we
you
have
want
3k
these?
gold. What are we talking about? I just looked at
Yeah,
the,
we've
the
got-
sheet again. We have
we have a
fucking
lot of money.
3,000 gold.
Well,
Listen,
yeah, we're
Al,
totally-
I'm not trying to lose that money we earned so hard.
well.
Yeah, we're
We are working on repairing things and getting everyone back their equipment and such that is needed to run their businesses in the area that was destroyed. But I think what may be far more valuable and perhaps far more, well, acceptable to my superiors would be if you were to help us rally the people in some way, get their spirits back up, and help them understand this is going to be okay. I think perhaps if you were to, I don't know, address the people or take part in some sort of parade of some sort, Put yourselves at the center of the attention of the people as the heroes that saved them. I think that could do great good for the city.
Well,
I think that's something we can absolutely consider.
1,000
would it-
gold.
so
May I confer with my colleagues and get back to you on this in the next day or so?
Indeed, you may, and that would actually make things look a little more convincing if you were to return repeatedly, as if we were having repeated meetings over such a thing, rather than just showing up and leaving with an item. So, yes, I think that would be great.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time
sparing
today.
the time.
Thank you for stopping by.
All right. So probably want to do 1,000 gold.
Or we could just shop around to find a cheaper price.
I mean, I don't know how common a band of intelligence like their circle of intelligence is.
You can always look around, though, and, I mean, Passage is a large trade town.
It's true.
There is
I mean,
downtime
There's just a magic
activity.
item shop.
There is a downtime activity for, I want to buy this magic item, how long does it take me to do it, and stuff, too.
There.
Oh shit.
As a note.
Can I do that at night? Just like creep in stock rooms.
That might be trickier, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That would require a lot of stealth.
It would. I mean, I'm good at stealth, but I'm
Take
also
that
not gonna do
invocation that makes us feel like you're invisible in shadow.
I'm just gonna go maximum nighttime spec.
I am Batman.
Oh my god. That needs to
Yeah.
happen now. Why would you say that?
How I've been handling the available magic items of the shops in the town is also I've been rolling for them as well, so you could just take some downtime to peruse the shops and see what turns up. Maybe even that'll turn up, you never know. But there's a lot of magic items, so who knows.
Oh yeah, did we? Sorry, I just flashing back to my drugs joke. Did we talked to the dragon about what to do with those, and I forget what he said.
Sell them in Lawless
Oh,
Place.
Sketchyville. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
He didn't give you any
reruns.
specific advice, but he gave you some explanation about it, and he said if you were to sell it, that would be a more likely place to sell it. Although obviously there's at least somewhat of a market here in Passage, otherwise he wouldn't have found it here.
But they're hot here.
Right, but they're hot here. But he also suggested another, potential avenue is just to destroy them because they're evil. But,
Oh, because they're evil. Yeah, because
But-
like Blood of
Yeah,
Orphans.
yeah.
yes,
Hey,
Blood of Orphans
hey,
and all that.
oh.
But he did suggest where you
What
could
if we
sell
turned
them.
it over to the guard? Say like, hey, we accidentally intercepted.
Okay, but we're not gonna get paid well enough for that.
No,
Uh,
but it might
It could,
help with.
Warforged voice
circling.
activated? Did anyone else know?
yeah, he totally
Yeah, a
could.
little bit.
Role playing.
Put a popcorn filter over his mic.
I mean, do we think it might like curry us favor with the guards and be like, hey, we found
That
these people?
it could be another quote-unquote service
No.
we did for the city.
Exactly.
Okay. We'd have to negotiate that very carefully.
I don't know.
We
There's
could-
a lot of drugs there, and
We could
a
put-
lot of money.
It's a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
Gross.
that's
There's
like,
a lot of questions that could be asked that they may not ask, but they may ask, and I don't want to answer them.
Well, then maybe we should have Tap sell them. See if we can get Tap to sell them. Can we get Tap
mean-
to sell them? Did we ask him that already?
honestly, he
I don't
would
know
be
that
defense.
Tap-
Or
I don't know that Tap even knows you have them.
Chances
Doesn't.
Tap is comfortable selling orphan dreams. Sorry, dead orphan dreams.
who's that alchemist guy from House Cannith? He'll hawk stuff.
Oh, the super sketch dude? I figured he was involved in the sale, and we probably fucked him over by stealing them, and we probably shouldn't tell him we have them.
You also would need a name to find him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Note takers
I don't
rise
remember his
up.
name, but... It's
Do I actually? Have...
Damien DeCannith. I
Damien,
think.
yep. That would be it.
Oh, I got it. Damien DeCannith, yeah.
One. Ah,
Hell
Note takers rise up
yeah.
indeed.
That's what I have the rest of you for.
Rise of the note
Low
takers.
intelligence. Woo!
Woo!
Well, I've only got 10. But whatever.
I think that should be a requirement of low intelligence characters, just not taking notes.
Pretty much.
Whenever you sit down at the table, the DM
No.
frisks you for a notebook.
My favorite is I'm a high intelligence character. I should just know that and make the DM do it.
Yeah, true.
The keen mind
mind.
feat. Yeah, keen mind.
Yes, it is exactly DM.
It is exactly 8:24 on Sol, the 14th of Aerith.
Exactly. Ah, shit! I didn't advance the day. Thank you.
Real quick, did we actually
Got him.
see 20 days of downtime? Is that a thing that happened?
Yeah, so
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
we're discussing that right now.
Okay.
Unless convinced otherwise, Joss is taking 20
Yes.
days of
So-
of me time.
This is the first day of downtime still. You guys are discussing all this stuff with the trying to sell this and all that. Depending on how long you take to buy the Headband of Intellect and sell things, this may be considered a full day of downtime, but yeah, it just depends on things.
Well,
Actually-
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was about to ask on a different magic item hunt, so I can wait.
Let's make a list of stuff for us to shop for, because we can throw around a little bit of cash.
Okay, but mine is very weird and very specific. And I sent it to Jordan forever ago.
Oh boy.
It feels like forever ago.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
I
that
think-
amulet.
I think that's
Found
something you're unlikely to find here.
How about illusionist bracers?
Like, it's technically a common wondrous item.
Yes, but
But,
it's
Not from here.
largely unknown in the Five Nations. You might have to go to that's either something you might have to craft or find from another continent, or from a traveler to another continent, etc.
Space weed.
It says in the description, while it's a common magic
Yeah.
item, it's relatively unknown in Corvair. So it's but I mean, it's something that you would probably know about as Nakareth and could be able to research and craft, or something that maybe you could find a traveler who's willing to sell you one, or yeah.
A traveler. Ooh.
Ooh.
Hey,
Well, as soon as I finish, all right, then I will start. How long does a common item take to research?
It takes
Because research
14 days to research a common item,
Oh, fuck!
and then 7 days to craft it.
Damn, I could almost. Oh, if someone wants to help me with crafting, I could get 2 really good things done.
I can help with crafting once we've done all of our shopping stuff.
Okay.
My only downtime right now is working on the Rod of the Packkeeper upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, researching that.
Joss,
Yeah.
Joss is very into his next project, so you'll need to do a lot of convincing.
Additionally, were you guys going to attempt to give the drugs to the guards today, or were you going to try and do something else? What's the resolution of
Today.
that thing? So it's kind of where we started and we got
Okay.
sidetracked.
I am not involved in drugs.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be selling that here or handing them over to the guards.
Okay.
How do I make a new shared note?
I think I have to do that. What are you trying to make?
Yeah.
Oh, I
was
just want to
trying
make
to
a list for magic items that we're trying to get.
Okay, sure.
I mean, you could just put that in the party funds. Just put another header in there.
That's fair. Yeah, I guess I could do that. It's just like a different.
I'm already making
Idea.
it. Read.
Get rid of it. We don't need it. We can do it suboptimally instead.
Optimally, you might say.
Optimal.
Personally, I just like having everything in one spot.
There you go. Desired magic items in a new shared thing.
All right, awesome.
Would.
So we want circlet of intellect, right?
Headband of intellect.
Headband of intellect, and what is the thing you want?
An Ulkur or Dream Key.
Is there an apostrophe somewhere in there?
UUL apostrophe KUR.
This is Eberron. Everything has apostrophes.
You know it.
Especially when it's related to my continent.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess I'll put like at the bottom of the list. Those illusionist racers would be amazing, but they're very rare.
uh,
And
that's not
broken.
an item I'm fully comfortable with being in the game either.
That's fair. I will leave them off the list.
Yeah. There's a few things from specific settings, especially the Magic the Gathering setting, that are a bit
They're
ridiculous.
pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep poking for them. But
Like,
I'll
that
leave 'em
is
off the
that
list.
is that is beyond vestige level of OP. It's great. But
Sure is.
who knows? Maybe when your guys are level
Yeah.
20 or something, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's a bigger upgrade to level 20 than it is now.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah. All right. So right now, Headband of Intellect and Dual Cur. Is there anything else other people want on the list?
I mean, I'd like to work on my project, but
Yeah, that's my
Oh,
only
yeah.
shit.
Let's resolve this first day of downtime first, since there's still a choice here. Are you guys going back to the guard to pay the 1,000, or to decide you're going to partake in some sort of ceremony or something?
You know, I feel like it'd be better to participate in the ceremony just for having the government on our side.
For once.
Yeah.
What do you think, Felicia? Faye, rather.
Oh, God, that's gonna piss off.
Learned a lot.
Yes.
Maybe we could just explain that to them.
I will say, if you ask Jost to be in the ceremony, he's gonna say no.
Yeah, we know. Drost is going and he's trying to post again.
Not specifically because of the project. He's just not interested.
All right.
I like. They're. I don't know. I don't feel like this is. If we were to say this to them, I don't feel like it's necessarily something that they would be particularly like horrified by. I think, I don't know, we're not saying, I don't know. What do you guys think about this? This one,
I think we probably shouldn't put ourselves out there more than we have to.
I do not wish to be in front of a crowd.
We were trying to remain on the down low.
Yeah.
Although I feel like that went out the window a while ago.
I mean, I'm just envisioning us getting abducted really fast. So I think, does that mean we're sort of concluded on the not public option, 1,000 gold?
I mean, 1,000 gold is insane.
It's a lot, but I mean, you sell things really well.
I mean, judging from what just happened, that price is a specific result of me not doing that.
I feel like you were just having an off day, you know. You just spent a day away from people.
I mean, does anyone know about this item roughly what a standard asking price would be in a shop?
I'm sure the DM would let us make a check for that.
Indeed, if you want to make an intelligence check, I think Arcana would probably be relevant, since trying to determine the value of a magic item.
Rip whoever that was.
Am I back?
That's 25 from Dross.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
Drost and Faye would both know.
Well, I don't even need to roll.
It's generally more on the order of what you originally suggested, somewhere around maybe 500, 600, 400 on the cheap.
600. Okay. Well, we could look for a different supplier. I don't know if that would be rude to, after we had that conversation. Well, not we, you had that conversation.
I feel like, it's their thing. We're asking a favor from them. They're not trying to, they're not a shop front. They're not trying to get rid of this.
Yeah.
The other option I feel like we have is to ask, to simply ask if there's another way we can help out. Like this particular one is really bad for us because we don't want to be facing the public eye, and if that's all they want, then so be it. But we could certainly ask.
Do what you want.
I think it's okay to go shopping around, and if no one else has it, we pay them the full price.
Fucking 500 gold extra just for.
Yeah, but it's
500 gold.
It takes a quarter of a painting sale.
he's
Listen,
not wrong.
If we had regular access to the paintings, I wouldn't be traveling with you people.
Right.
I'm joking halfway, but that was a once. That was a once in a blue moon situation.
We're in a line of work that provides us not infrequent windfalls. We're sitting on what is probably in the 5 figures of gold if we can ever hawk these this blood gin.
The evil drugs?
Now, you've got to stop calling them that, or the optics look worse.
They're evil drugs.
The morally
Evil drugs are the closest to the painting I have. So I'm if anyone tries to get rid of those, I will be opposing it harshly.
Yeah.
But remind me,
Morally ambiguous child murder drugs.
Yeah, the
Wait.
best kind.
Who said anything about child
Wait,
murder?
It wasn't child, it was dwarf.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it was
matter.
a dwarf or a gnome.
Doesn't matter.
They're both
Those aren't
short.
people. What? No.
And anyway, it doesn't seem like the dwarf was murdered for the drugs. It seems like it was just sort of a,
It's fucked up.
benefit. Yeah, but who uses them isn't our concern.
we're not creating additional death. Death has already happened.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no difference whether it gets dumped down the drain or whether we get 1,000 gold for it.
Yeah.
More like
And
10k. Sell up.
I was really thinking in the 25k range. It's a lot. Like, these vials aren't big, and we have a crate of them.
This-
And
Fair point. Alright,
yeah, I mean, this is
Alright, you
this is not something
guys
we want to eat.
going shopping?
At this point, too much. Yeah, let's go shop.
All right.
Alright. Well, while you go shop, I'll
Uh,
work on my claws.
Okay, so you guys are shopping specifically with the intention of finding what?
Headband of Intellect and potentially an Ulcor if there's like a passing merchant.
Okay.
Thanks.
So Leroy and Faye are both going shopping, or just you two? Anyone else?
I'll work on the projects I have. So,
Okay. So just Leroy and Faye then?
Sounds like it.
Okay, let me double check something real quick, because if I remember correctly, Eberron suggests an alternate finding or buying a magic item.
Split the party. Split the party.
It does. Okay.
So, yeah.
it's downtown.
So-
That's acceptable.
Everyone who's going shopping, give me a group investigation check.
All right. Can I guide one of us?
Yeah, that's reasonable.
All right. I will, I guess, guide me because it doesn't make a huge difference. Slash or oh heck, I rolled terribly anyway. 7.
All right. Investigation from Faye, please.
Yep.
All right. Luckily, Leroy, you have well, I guess not luckily. Leroy has a bit of trouble locating anything. I assume you guys would split up, cover more ground, but thankfully, near the end of the day, Faye does indeed find a merchant who is willing to sell you a headband of intellect. And the price they're offering you is 500 gold pieces on the nose. Would you like to haggle that?
I've come to bargain.
All right, go for it.
Guidance.
Okay.
Are you going to guide them
Subtly
in the
if
presence of the merchant?
Sure am.
Guide me. I
Okay.
reject your guidance.
You can't reject
don't
the
want it?
guidance. I mean, you can choose not to use the D4, but it's up to Leroy whether or not he wants to cast
Guide
it.
me.
If he does choose to cast it, it's going to be a sleight of hand check.
I mean, I'm pretty good at sleight of hand, but if
Don't you
Faye
dare.
doesn't want me to, I won't.
Okay.
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 I can
Yeah.
try and help.
You kind of pull out your hand, and Faye just like shoots you daggers real quick, and you put away you stop casting.
Slap hand away.
Yeah.
Alright. Sorry.
All right.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Did I say
You
my
gotta roll godly.
400?
Well, I didn't hear you there. You got talked over.
Did I already say my counter offer?
You didn't.
No.
I didn't hear it at least.
I would like to counter offer at 350.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Come on, baby. Come on.
All right. All
Could have been
right.
a 28 though.
Mm-hmm.
The merchant kind of squints at you for a bit. He's like, all right. I've been trying to sell this thing for long enough. You'd think that something that makes you smarter would be, more of a desired item around here, but no, of course not. Everyone wants the flashy wands and such. Sure, take it and get it out of here. 350.
Happy to take it off your hands. Pleasure is ours.
Right.
Very good.
Nice
So
job,
that
Faye.
is the downtime for today for both of you.
Ah,
Very good.
my powers.
I will take that and attune to it. Heck, 350. That's a good deal.
It's the power of the cack earlier, so I think.
It really is. Yeah. Pawn stars with it.
All right. First day of downtime. What's
Give
everyone
you
else
$5
doing?
bucks.
Dross said he's working on his personal projects. I'll just mark off another day of training for Nala. Everyone else can mark off whatever they want for their research projects, etc., unless you have something specific you want to ask me about.
Because I was doing that nonsense, do I not get a project for that day?
Yes, that was your downtime. Was searching the town for the headband. Yep. It is a downtime activity.
Worth.
At least it's only one day of downtime. In normal D&D rules, and the non-Eberron ones, it's a full week, and you have to expend an extra 100 gold pieces just to search. So
Gross.
thank Eberron for magic items being common.
Thanks, Ember.
Yo, Milos.
Yee.
What are you using your downtime for?
I figured I'd help people with their magic stuffs.
Ooh. I'll steal your time if you're not using it.
Great.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
help you
I'll
out.
help with downtown or with crafting as well.
Yes.
Oh, well, your day was used up searching as well.
Right, but in future.
In the future, yes. We'll handle that next.
Well, you
Okay.
can spend your night working on my Eldritch
Sure
Claws.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Um,
I think I've contributed 3. I don't know
I
if I'm
think
allowed
I
to
think
go
I
over
said
half.
half was the limit. Yeah. So as long
Yeah,
as you don't
you've
go over
done
half,
3 out of 7, and I've done 5.
3 out of the 7 that he can do. Yes, gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so you could do one more day
Oh,
of that.
3 out of... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's a
yeah, I'll
14
definitely
day
do that for my
thing.
night.
Thank you.
So,
So yeah, that will bring you up to 4, and then you could get 3 more days on that if you want to take your nights to do that.
yeah. I'd stopped working on it because I thought it was a 7-day thing that I was only allowed to spend half of.
No, it's a 14-day thing.
Oh,
that
okay.
you're
Gotcha.
allowed to spend half of.
All right. Is
All right.
anybody else contributing to that, or we've done that?
On my clause, I think it's just us on the clause.
Okay.
And you guys didn't find an occur, right?
No,
I zoned
unfortunately
out
not.
for a minute.
No.
Okay, then after that, I'm gonna start working on that. But
Okay, well, so that's the first day of downtime done. Good.
yeah,
There are 19 days remaining until the wagon is done, and that's not necessarily your downtime time, because you probably also want to fit in your resolving loose ends time in that time at some point. But, I mean, you technically could go beyond the day the wagon's done, too. That's up to you guys. I mean, you do know there's things that are on some kind of a time scale, but if you guys want to say, fuck it, we're taking a year of downtime, that's always an option.
No, I'm not gonna
Let's go.
pay for my big research project unless we're doing shit during that time. So.
Alright.
I don't know. I would like
Could
the
we...
Okir done so that I could probably. I'm assuming the Okir will let me get Dream Robes research done while I sleep.
It'll
But-
definitely assist with that, yeah. I'm not sure how I'll
Yeah.
handle that yet, but it'll definitely help you get that done, yes.
Okay. Cool. Because that's the whole reason I'm looking into that in the first place.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I was furthering
We're
your
literally
research.
just gonna become a nocturnal group.
Maybe. Well, I don't have real dreams. I relive the memories of my Kiori.
It makes sense for his specific character, for sure. 'Cause he's
Yeah.
essentially opening up his dreams to lucid dreaming so that he can better research the dream realm. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Well, my
Nice.
specific fragment of the dream realm,
Right.
I guess, to manifest my Kiori more fully.
Alright, how many more days in a row of downtime do you guys want to take here?
All 20.
Okay.
Well, we
So
probably
are we
wanna...
just gonna burn our way out of town?
You can.
I mean, we
option.
can do that. We probably want to do a little bit of appeasing.
Appeasing Leandar.
Yeah. Like something.
Do we?
Well,
Up to you.
yeah. Or not. I mean, we're living in Orient at this point.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Unless we can
well-
convince them it's a very long con.
we could do that too.
We
Good.
May
need to
take a
not
while.
Right.
on without checking in with Lorendar. That's going to cause a problem. They might strike against Orion out of retribution while we're gone. If we
That's
don't.
true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, worst case is we gave.
How about this?
You're also heading directly to the House Lorendar headquarters. Woo! Metagaming pigeon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are.
That too.
So how about this? We convince them that Tim guy, the cook, is a
Oh,
really
no, not
important
Tim.
member
No.
of House Orion.
He's the shadow leader.
Well, first you convince
I
House
caused
Orion.
enough trouble for that man. I wish no more ill on his life.
First, you convince House Orion that Tim is a House Lorendar spy and hurt Jim, and now you convince him that Jim is a House Lorendar spy the whole time too. Just one by one.
And we convince House Lorandar that Jim rather, is more
Shadow leader
is
of
more
House Orion.
powerful than Baron Quanti.
Yes.
I hope that were clearly.
Clearly.
If, real quick, actual plan. We're just gonna clear it with the people who were getting up in our shit earlier. Just clear it with them that we are going to the Lorendar headquarters and we are going to work out our getting
Penance.
there. Yes, I mean our penance service.
Yeah, work off our debt to society.
Work it off there.
That works. At what point in time would you guys like to do that? Close to the end of the wagon being finished, or
Close to before we're ready to go. I'd
Okay.
say.
so we'll handle that when we come to it then. So let's
And
just
be
handle.
like, yo, we're leaving, and
Yes.
if you try to stop us, we kill them.
Let's handle this next week as a batch. So 7 days. Who's doing what?
Finishing up Eldritch Claws for 3
Okay.
of mine.
Well, you can do 4.
Very
He's
reasonable.
done 4 now. He did 3. He just did 1 more, and now we've got a week, so he can do.
Oh shit! I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, I have 14 downtime slots to use, and I'll put that in Discord.
So that's 9 for you, and then 3 more would get into 7. Cancel. Do not delete that. 7. I can do math. 7 plus 5 is 13. So that means. Oh, hey, I only have 1 more day to do. So.
Okay.
Then I will take that 14th day.
Drost and Milos, same thing, I assume, or are you switching it up? Some more research.
So 2 days on that. And then
Okay.
add new downtime activity. I'm just going to call it Dream Key for.
Yep, 14 days of research. All
14. Can I contribute half of that too?
right.
I'm
gonna say no on
not
that
sure
one.
about that one.
You contributed knowledge of
Okay.
alchemy to the previous one. Not
Yeah,
sure,
it's-
like
it's
getting
a
in
little bit of a
touch with
twist,
the
maybe.
dream realm and trying to forge a bond with it is something that's easily assisted. Okay. So that
So
week,
that means we'll have
5.
5 of those.
Faye, what are you doing with your week?
Various SE research.
Okay. Very good. I'll catch up on Carrick's stuff later. In the meantime, Leroy, what were you doing? You contributed a few days to his stuff.
Yeah, unless anybody else wants some help from me, I've got 8 more days that I'm just going to spend on the Route of the Packkeeper. Unless I can read in the Dragon Prophecy, but I assume that's not.
Yeah, that's gonna be
super
tricky
easy.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, SAO is, happy to help in whatever way you can, but he'll get pretty annoyed if you constantly ask him to teleport you back and forth to his very protected place.
Yeah.
Especially-
Oh, well.
He was saying we should learn how to teleport, so that way we don't have to ask all the time for
I mean,
teleportation purposes.
next level, you guys get access to teleport spells, so hey. Well, I mean, some of you do. I think maybe just Faye does. Okay.
Apparently only GMs are allowed to summon that bot.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, right? Anyways.
Shame I keep trying to do it.
Okay, that's that week done. Let's do another week then.
Okay.
So mark things
Does
down.
anybody have
9.
stuff they want help on?
This is 9 total days.
It has been 8 so far, 1 day and then a week, so this will be another week on top of that.
Okay, so it's 8.
Oh,
And if you're offering help, Joss will take help.
yeah, I mean, otherwise I'm just working on the longer term project. I didn't realize that the first day was shopping, or the shopping day was...
Yeah, that kind of
Not
was your first
included
day,
that week.
but
So
it was not part of the
there
week,
was-
yes, but you had the night at least.
There was talk day, then shopping day. I thought that's why I said 9.
Yeah, no, you
Talk
were right.
day?
So 5 through 14.
No, I think we talked. Oh, wait, fuck.
I don't know what you meant
Yeah.
by talk day, sorry. That's what the question was.
Talking to the guard, like, hey, can we buy stuff from you?
Oh.
And they're like,
No,
on
that
the
was-
That was the
DL.
shopping
That
day.
was the shopping day, yeah. That was
Yeah.
that same day.
Okay.
No, you can't buy that from us, but you could bribe us.
So, 7 more days with assistance from whoever, I guess. I'm assuming Faye will mark off more tattoo research. And Nakara, you've got another week on your research done.
Mm-hmm.
15 days.
Good.
Inventory, I suppose.
Actually, I'll just spend the whole 14 days on Route of the Packkeeper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm doing week 2.
Yep, week 2, so another 7 days of whatever research.
7 days, rather.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, shit. The Eldritch Claws. Attunement. I don't remember.
Yes, but all tattoos, if you have multiple tattoos, they count as 1 attunement slot. But if you only have 1 tattoo, that's still 1 slot.
Let me. I should probably just put this into my roll 20. No, not Roll20. D&D Beyond.
It's D&D. D&D.
D&D Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
They say
something
you've got your
one.
perfect warlock.
Yeah.
A wise man once said.
supplies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you
But
mark
I need a place to keep my stuff.
Uh,
Disorganized.
it should just be completed. Yeah. Okay, so you have that researched
Searching
now.
the webpage.
So Eldritch Barrier Tattoo research is uncommon. So crafting it will take 14 days, I believe. If I remembered that correctly.
I may
Yes.
even just skip this entire step, depending on what is the. Could you let me know what the gold cost is for uncommon, and then what the gold cost is for rare?
Yes, so the supplies you'll need to provide in the crafting process is 200 gold pieces worth of supplies for the uncommon version. Which, Nakar, did we mark off supplies for your Eldritch Claws?
Yes.
Okay, good. So yeah, 200 gold pieces for the uncommon one, not too bad. And then after that, it multiplies by 10. So the rare one is 2,000, the very rare one is 20,000, etc.
Gross. Okay, that's good to know. Alright.
Gonna have to hawk some drugs.
The AC is what? +2 plus. What's rare and what's very rare for the AC bonus?
I am looking that up at the moment. The Barrier Tattoo Uncommon is equivalent to studded leather armor, so it's 12 plus dexterity.
Oh, is it not a? Oh, I guess my current is 10. So
Yeah. So
For posterity's sake, I have unattuned from the amulet of proof against location and detection.
okay, thank you. I'll make a note of that.
Does my arm fall off if I unattune from it?
Yes.
Okay, because it says to attune to it, I have to attach it, but it doesn't say to attach it, it has to be attuned.
Yeah, I believe it mentioned somewhere in like the regular prosthetic arm that you have to. It takes up an attunement slot to like actually use it. I mean, I believe you can leave it on your shoulder. You just won't be able to manipulate it like a real arm. It'll just be like a fake arm. So, you know,
Oh, I see.
it'll be stiff and
Gotcha.
unmovable. Yeah, it's part of the magical enchantment is actually it acting as a prosthetic.
Right, yeah. Makes sense. Don't you hate when you build a really interesting character aspect and it takes up one of your attunement slots?
Oh, wait.
Could have picked Artificer.
Jordan, you've made a mistake.
What have I done?
Uh-oh.
I don't know if we want to let Eldritch Maw apply to my arms. Eldritch Claw.
What's the problem?
As a bonus action, you can empower the tattoo for 1 minute. Melee weapon attacks reach a target up to 30 feet. In addition, your melee weapon attacks deal an extra 1d6 force damage.
Yeah, no, I've accounted for that.
Okay.
I know it's overpowered as fuck, but so is everything else about this campaign.
Okay.
You're good. You're good.
I've accounted for that.
I just want to
Zero
impress
counter,
upon
just-
you that on top of the tracker feat that I took.
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay.
I'm aware that later on in this character you'll have like 6 attacks and all sorts of bullshit.
Uh-huh.
Don't
That's
worry.
fine. Just,
I am proportionally making this work.
I did not realize that lasted for a minute.
Yes, it's very good. It does take a bonus action to start, which you have a lot of other bonus action things to account for. But yes, it is.
Oh yeah.
It is a big thing.
Kieran,
But,
I love
like-
your concern, but did you forget what my hammer does?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Anyways,
Okay, but like 6 attacks, all with an extra 2d6 on top of probably a d10.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. This
Yep.
isn't even my artifact bullshit.
Anyways,
I'm
any other
just waiting
questions?
for there to be an excuse for
Any
those
other questions from
places.
that week of downtime? We're
Nope, I'm
over
up
time
to-
here, so I'm just trying to wrap it up real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm up to 15 days calculated.
Cool. So there are 5 more days left. That's right. However you guys want to spend that.
Oh shit.
Okay. Do we have any party project stuff, or can I disregard that and just do my own stuff?
I have 2 more days left on my dream key, so I'm gonna take those and then start pay. Then I need to pay for the materials to.
Yes.
Um,
Dream key is common? Yes.
yes,
Fif-
so it's
50
only
gold pieces.
7.
Can I
Okay.
dump
Uh,
7 more?
7 days to craft and 50 gold pieces to craft.
Sweet. Can anyone help me craft that now that I have the thing? It doesn't specify what kind of crafting it.
I think by its nature, I think that's going to be a Nikarith thing, unfortunately.
Okay. Whoops.
Because yeah, it seems like it's almost entirely like you can take a random mundane object and then you just apply this dream-based enchantment to it. I don't think anyone else in the party has.
Oh
really
yeah,
good
it says it's
dream-based
key.
stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, you could take like a random gold coin from your pocket and turn it into this, apparently. So, yeah, and it's just like the enchanted inks and powders and stuff that you need. Anyways, 5 more days to contribute to whatever projects I've marked
I'd
off.
like to dump 7 of those into helping with the barrier tattoo.
Right, because you get 10. Okay. So, Faye, you can mark off 7 more days of barrier tattoo research.
7 in addition to the.
In addition to what you do, yes.
Oh my god! Thank you.
And then I'll just dump the rest into Rod of the Pack Keeper.
Cool. I'm assuming Milos and Drost are doing their thing, and I'll have Karik do 20 days of downtime outside of the game. I've handled Nala's stuff for him, so I know what he was working on. So yeah, unless there's any other questions, we will pick up from the end of the day that the cart is finished, the wagon, the party bus is being finished. All right.
Alright,
Nice
so
session,
now we deal with
guys.
Lyrandar and then
Yeah,
bug out.
Yep.
Nice.
Probably end up